About that, I had to split the video in half. So the second question is, when referring to passing away the Mosaic law, does the Bible directly say that the Ten Commandments were included and what came to an end? Okay, now let's see that. Turn your Bibles to Romans 7, 6 and 7. It says, "But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in newness of spirit, and not in the oldness of the letter. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law, for I had not known lust, except the law had said, Thou shalt not covet." I say here immediately after writing that Jewish Christians had been discharged from the law, what example from the law does Paul cite? The Ten Commandments, thus showing that it was included in the law from which they had been discharged. Okay, let's take a look at 2 Corinthians 2 Corinthians chapter 3, 7 through 11. That'll put the nail in on the coffin. And it reads, "But if the ministration of death, written and engraven in stones, was glorious, so the children of Israel could not steadfastly behold the face of Moses for the glory of his countenance, which glory was to be done away. How shall not the ministration of the Spirit be rather glorious? For if the ministration of the condemnation be glory, much more doth the ministration of righteousness exceed in glory. For even that which was made glorious had no glory in this respect by reason of the glory that excelleth. For if that which is done away was glorious, much more that was which remaineth is glorious." You see, clearly, what is this referring to? Let's take a look at what this is referring to. Let's turn our Bibles to Exodus chapter 34, verse 1. "And the Lord said unto Moses, Heat they 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and I will write upon these tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou breakest." Now let's turn our Bibles again to Exodus 34, chapter 34, but let's flip a few pages to 28 to 30. "And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water, and he wrote upon the tables the word of the covenant, the 10 Commandments. And it came to pass, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him." Clearly, the 10 Commandments, these were the commandments engraved on stone. Obviously, these are included in what the scriptures here says was to be done away with. See? So we learned in this section, there's no weekly Sabbath, there's no monthly Sabbath, there's no yearly Sabbath. And the 10 Commandments was included in the Mosaic law that was to be done away with. See, but there is a Sabbath we shall keep. And in part 2 of this, I will let you know what Sabbath there is to keep. So keep on the watch, and it will surely come.